we're gonna do camber arms on Brandon's E36.
Yeah.
So finally getting some upgrades because we neglected this, you know, really bad.
My car gets neglected a lot. Really does. But it's getting some love today. I already cleaned out everything, vacuumed it, then washed it down with the hose, and I'm drying it already. All right, so what have we been doing for these past 2 weeks?
All right, so we have been working our butts off.
You can put the camber arms down.
Alright, so we have been working our butts off because we have a little. We're gonna all do something here in the next couple of weeks after July 4th.
We're going somewhere.
Where are we going?
Where are we going? You know where we're going.
Cali. We're going to
Cali, boys. California.
So that's awesome.
So actually we're going to visit my family because my parents haven't seen my daughter yet. So that's what I'm going for, but he actually knows my dad.
Yeah, I worked for him.
Yeah, we worked. That's how I met him, through my job and my dad and everything. So we're going to go down there, visit, and we're going to make a couple videos down there. Hopefully we're going to take the E30 to California.
Which we've been working on since
this
past few
we've
weeks.
been doing a crap ton of work on the E30.
Let's go show 'em.
Okay. Forget it, bro. I'm not even scared. I'm going to show you guys. We're going to have to tear the hood off.
I'm gonna tear the hose out.
Oh, crap. Oh, crap. We're stuck in here. It's that, it's that bracket. It's the bracket right here behind the gate. Just pull the hose.
Well, it was gonna be stuck in there forever.
It's that bracket.
I thought we were donors.
Here's the E30. It's semi-running. Okay, so it's running. The only thing is I don't know if you can see it, but if you come back here, if you follow this line here, this heater core line, this one, it goes back to the back of the head, and it has a water neck. Well, that water neck is like, it's got two broken bolts, so it's just like pissing water. So that's our problem right now, and that's like when I said if we take it to California, that's the only thing stopping us from taking it to California right now, is when we put it all back together, that thing just gave out. So we're gonna try to get that fixed. Other than that, it runs great. It has valve tick like a freaking mother freaker, but that's every E30 every E30 guy I talk to say that's the only problem with the E30. So what we did is put an IS manifold on it because it was painted, not for any other reason, but because it was painted. We got the IS throttle body, the IS injectors. We deleted the 7th injector, and other than that, everything is bone stock, just resealed.
Look at the paint job.
Yeah, we repainted everything.
It's a what, pearl white?
No, it's not pearl
What is
white.
it? What kind of white?
High gloss white.
Oh, even better.
It's high gloss premium white. Ace special.
With mint splatter on it.
With mint splatter.
I like it.
Yeah, well this is from an E36, it's temporary. We washed the pill, like the actual expansion tank for the E30. We washed it with purple power, and we forgot to wash it out, and we left it overnight. So when we came in the morning, it was like a huge crack under it. So we couldn't use that, so we just rigged in the E36 reservoir for now. But yeah, it's pretty much done. Well, we're really just trying to prepare for this trip to California, because it's really good. I mean, it's really like cutting in everybody's pocket, like budget wise. So we're really just trying to I wouldn't say
deal with everything home first, like
exactly.
Get the bills paid. Oh, get the bills paid here, and then
we want to make sure we're good here in Texas before we go and vacation.
Somewhere else. Right. So that's just the update for you guys.
So quick update on that. Let's throw this hood on real quick. That was just so that not everybody's like, oh my God, you haven't updated in 2 weeks, and you just come and just act like it's nothing. It's okay. It's all good. Could be wrong. I'm gonna say these are Godspeed, like just eBay camber arms. I really don't need anything special. They're camber arms. So these are going in the rear. I do have front lower control arms like I showed you guys. I think I showed.
No. You told him to plan on mine. Oh, by the way, I didn't keep the vert. I got rid of the vert, so we're not doing what we're supposed to do.
No more E46 vert. No. I don't want to hear nothing about E46s. Anyway, I have E46 lower control arms in the front that I still have to install with the E46 lollipop adapters, and then these and fog lights, and then my exhaust. That was really just my list that I have to get my car ready.
Oh, and your wiring, it looks a lot cleaner inside.
Yeah, I kind of briefly
check that out.
it. Let me get my light.
It looks a lot cleaner.
Bro, my car just came in here. Look.
Huh? Oh, the spider web?
Bro, fully built already. Fully built web, and I just got my car in here not even 30 minutes ago.
This guy right here gotta move somewhere. He's pretty quick. Oh. He felt the vibrations. He's coming. Yeah.
Oh, he's in my car now.
All right, so if Brandon crashes his car, you know why.
We're burning it. We're burning it.
The spider jumped out at him.
This is how it is now. I do want to make it a little nicer, but for now, I think it's okay. I mean, I can live with that. Nothing's really touching chassis. It doesn't matter if my car gets wet anymore because nothing's really on the ground once I pick up all the wires. That's really what I wanted to do because I can, but I'm really lazy and I don't like sealing the chassis. Because like I have holes in the firewall, the weather stripping leaks, and it's just, I'd rather make it like waterproof than water resistant, if that makes sense. So, yeah. Oh, and I banged out my floorboard. I don't know if you guys can tell, but it really wasn't. This was all up from like the previous owner. I think he would just jack it up wherever.
For real?
Yeah, that's why. Look, this side broke off.
I didn't even know that.
All right, so I was going through fuel pump, and then I kind of figured that wasn't a problem because my fuel pumps kept failing like over and over, and I was like, all right, this can't just be every fuel pump I get. So I checked the wiring. The wiring ended up being good. All the fuses were good. So I ran fresh wire because maybe I thought it was like a fault in the wiring somewhere. So I ran fresh wire to power straight to here, still didn't work. And then I put a ground here to this ground directly to the fuel pump, and it still didn't work. It would work like occasionally, and I was like, what the heck is happening? And I pulled on this wire, and I was like, man, my ground is good. And then I heard some noise from up here, and this ground was completely loose. So it was like, sometimes it would ground and then they would start the car, the fuel pump would work, and then it would unground and the fuel pump would just die. So that was a big problem I was having. So now I got a solid ground. So fuel pump's working good. Everything in this car should be running at its best. Hopefully. Besides the exhaust leaks that I have. So now that that's all topped off, we're going to work on the appearance. And well, the suspension camber arms and everything I already got, so we got to do that next. So let's get started on that. My door's still open. Alright, see if that fits over there.
Yeah, well, I think one side's higher than the other because kind of like thought it was on the right way.
Alright, so our lighting's going to be terrible under here.
It really is. We don't have Tail took the light and Tail's in Seattle, so thanks, Tail.
Dang, we're gonna get flamed. Alright, this is dumb. Alright.
Noise.
Finally got it. Alright, so the only problem with this is the bolt goes through this way, and when you take it out, it's too long, so it hits the diff. I think it's probably my exhaust it's hitting. The diff hits the exhaust, so it doesn't go over all the way. So it really makes it hard, so I had to loosen everything and then push it as hard as I can towards the back of the car, and then it gave me enough clearance barely to pull the bolt out.
Like a glove.
Like a glue?
I want to do it. I like popping these out.
Bro, pop that sucker out, bro. We don't even need that bolt in there no more. Nice. You know, give it a little motivation.
Thank you, bro.
Doesn't want to go.
Improvise.
It's a tire.
I don't think I'm in.
She said.
Why is she saying that?
Why does E36s get stuck on everything? Like the bolts just suck. Just hit it hard.
Yeah, I was touching them.
Yeah. Lovely. There we go. So these are the old ones. I think E46s have really bad problems with these things like bending. I think that's what Taylor was telling me, or I read it on a forum somewhere. But I never had any problems with these stock ones. They look super jank. I see why people hate them. Because, I mean...
They look like barbecue tools.
Yeah, they're super jank. So, I'm only getting rid of them because I have a lot of camber in the rear. I have like -2.5, I think. And I don't like the tire wear. So I'm going to go 0. I'm going to 0 out the rear. I'm going to try to anyway. And I'm only running 225s in the back. Most drift guys run, with E36s anyway, run 235 to 245s anyway. So with the flat tire and 225s, I should be alright to still spin. I mean, I have like mid 300s, so I think we'll be alright with that. So I'm only going to put it like where the stock ones are. I'm going to adjust it to the stock ones, and then I'm not going to tighten it all down. I'm gonna leave it loose so that way when we put it in, we can still adjust it when it's actually down on the ground.
That's one of the camber arms in.
Yeah, that one's in. This one's going in. Alright. Oh wow, you saw all that sand come out?
He brought all the sand from Galveston. So, what was going on in Galveston, bro?
We had to go like, it was like a huge like...
A rally course.
It was literally like a rally course, but like hardcore, like it was like a mud course that wasn't that serious.
Like one side would dip and you'll be like frame banging.
So like it was like it would be perfect to test your truck suspension, but we don't have trucks. So yeah, they had two like 4x4s going hella slow in front of us. And we were like right careful on them, and we made it out like way faster than them.
We were flooring it though. It was either first and floored,
but it was easy. It was like. Because there's holes, but the whole car fit over the hole. So all you had to do is make sure your 4 tires were on the highest point of the road. So this is what you got to do to put this bolt on for E36s. So if you see like the bolt, there's no possible way I could fit the bolt in there because of diff. So that's why you had to take diff bolts off, and hopefully it's
push them by the ears is a lot easier. It's very difficult this way. Let me switch camera hands.
Camber hands.
Camber, no pun intended. Good to have a long nose. You're good.
That's it?
Yep.
Perfect. And then you just put this little, I don't know what this is called actually. It's a nut, but it has like a weird, I don't know. Just 10,000 more of these. Oh, cool.
Oh, it makes it?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Hit everything on the way up.
Oh man. Oh look, now they can see your poly bushings.
Oh yeah, huh?
Yeah, yeah. So there goes one. That one right there.
That's a bushing.
That's a bushing from Condor.
That's yeah, I got poly bushings all around. That one, you can see the other one up there.
Oh yeah, right here.
Right here. That's the subframe bushings and the diff bushings. There's one here, one here, one here. It's got trailing arm bushings. You can't see, but they're in there.
Yeah.
And then tranny mount,
engine mount,
and lollipops, all poly.
There you go. This dude's Mr. Club Buster. Look at this guy.
Club buster?
He has a club and he busts people in the head with it. Look at he's doing tricks. Dude.
He said, look, he's doing tricks.
Look. Nice exit. Boy, that was pretty cool.
I've been having a lot of diff problems, so if you're like, that's way too tight. Yeah. Tell my diff that.
So, quick update. I ran into the damn spider web and that was so nasty.
Oh yeah, that spider web?
That was...
Julio cleared it with his face for me.
Yeah, and then I started rubbing my head, and all the dirt started falling off and going into my shoulders, and it was not a good scene. But the spider's gone, so
Hey, are you sleeping? Yes, shut up. Remember that bolt from earlier? Did you tighten it down?
Middle of the night.
My axles. So we actually don't know how to adjust these, like...
Professionally?
Yeah, do you put them on the floor and then adjust it?
Oh, ask them. I don't know. I thought you were asking someone.
No, I was being serious. Like,
No, I'm saying, like... Comment down below.
Yeah, comment if you actually know. If you don't, then...
Whatever.
So yeah, let's see if it's zeroed. I mean, the shitty part is I think they're stock struts. So you see the gap, like the drop down from it? So it's thick. So I wonder if I jack the wheel up and then fix the fitment and then adjust the camber? You think that'll work? I'm gonna try this first. The toe is terrible. Oh, you know what? The X brace too, we forgot. We'll do that tomorrow.
Oh yeah, this X brace right here.
We'll do the front end tomorrow.
I believe I showed you guys in my video. I took one off of mine. So basically, only the verts and what else? M3s come with the with an actual brace.
BMW used it to stiffen the chassis. So the M3s use it for performance, and the verts use it for structural, like integrity. Since it doesn't have the top holding everything together, they use that to kind of tie everything together. And then only M3s use it for performance reasons. And
but yeah,
we use it because, you know, our cars are low as hell. We don't like slamming our oil pan. And it's also cool that it, you know, stiffens the chassis.
So the coupes, if you get like a coupe or a sedan, they would come without the inserts, correct? So you have to put those little inserts in there?
Yeah, so if it's a coupe or sedan, they don't come with they come with the holes, but they don't come with the threads. So they don't come with the inserts.
So these guys right
You
here.
basically just buy those off of Amazon, and you do that. Yeah, we're adjusting the toe, because if you saw how bad the toe is, it's super in here, and here it's not. So it's towed in a lot. So we want to take the toe out and the camber out as much as we can. So what I'm gonna do is E36s have trailing arms. So this trailing arm is how you're gonna adjust the toe. So it's gonna be 1, 2, and this is another one right here. All right, here's 1 here, 2, and 3. These 3 bolts, you take them. You don't take them off. You just loosen them. Put your toe wherever you want it, and then tighten them back up, and then that's it.
So theoretically, we did the same thing on both sides.
Hopefully.
From what we...
I'm really hoping it just doesn't... If it doesn't come out positive camera, I'll be happy.
Alright, go ahead.
How is it?
Holy crap.
I don't want to cry.
Holy
positive.
shit.
Super positive.
Oh man, this side's worse.
Oh no.
We'll be right back.
We call it a night.
While we were gone, we were messing with the camber, and I think they're pretty spot on.
We think.
What do you think?
That spot on, but
The only thing is test drive it, but he'll do that tomorrow.
yeah, I'm gonna do that tomorrow in the morning.
He still has to put his seat in.
So it's done now. Tomorrow's video is gonna be lower control arms in the front, so I can get more angle, and then fog lights. And my interior. We put my interior back in. So until next time, please like, subscribe, and
comment.
Please comment. I like to see the comments. We read every comment.
We read everything.
So, till next time. Bye.